Welcome back to SHN Sports presentation of Southwestern University Pirates baseball. We're here on the campus of Southwestern, game number 2 against the Trinity Tigers. The Tigers coming to this ball game, the gray pants, maroon jerseys with white numerals and lettering. The Pirates this game in the white and black pinstriped pants with the black jerseys, yellow numerals and lettering. Pirates getting set in the field, the home team warming up for the Trinity Tigers this ball game. Their batting order for the game. Leading off in center field, number 1, Rafe Chalmette. At shortstop, number 7, Jack Baker. At first base, number 10, Jack Vonderhaar. At second base, number 11, Jack Wisniewski. In left field, number 42, Brian Schaub. At third base, number 6, Christian Holloway. At catcher, number 22, Michael Goodrich. At designated hitter, number 34, Evan McDonald. And in right field, number 19, Jack Peterson. Chalmette, Baker, and Vonderhaar. Wisniewski, Schaub, Holloway, Goodrich, McDonald, and Peterson. James Natoli will be on the mound to start for the Tigers. Leading it off in the top of the first, Rafe Chalmette, the center fielder, steps in from the left side to face the starting pitcher for the Pirates, number 15, Benjamin Ludwig, the right-hander on the mound. Ludwig, the 6-foot, 190-pound junior right-hander out of Austin, Texas from Westlake High School. First pitch is outside, low for a ball. Second pitch low, ball 2. 2-0 the count to Chalmette. First game ended 16-6. The Tigers won it in a run roll in 7 innings. Game 2, Chalmette right up the middle, right past Ludwig into center field for the base hit. Chalmette on first base, leading off with the single.
Coming to the plate for the Tigers, the shortstop, number 7, Jack Baker.
Last game, Chalmette was 0 for 3 with a walk and a sac fly. He turns it around here to start off game 2 with a leadoff single to open it up. Takes a big lead off first base. Jack Baker, the shortstop, steps in from the right side. Witt holds on Chalmette at first base. Ludwig takes a look, now fires. Pitch low for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Baker. Behind the plate in game number 2, Daniel Montgomery for the Pirates. Preston Witt on first base. The pitch to Baker, left field. He drives the pitch. It'll be caught there by the left fielder. Maxwell Mims gets the start in left field, and he makes the catch. F7 in the scorebook. Baker makes the first out.
For the Tigers, the first baseman, number 10, Jack Vanderhaar.
Chalmette stays at first. So the outfield for the Pirates, Maxwell Mims in left field, Hayden Craig in center field, and Bryce Debs in right field. Jack Vanderhaar, the first baseman, steps in from the left side. First pitch outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count, 1 out. Here in the top of the first, Chalmette on first base for the Tigers. Off a leadoff base hit up the middle. Ludwig readies. Low and inside for ball 2. Two and 0 the count to Vonderhaar. Chalmette with the lead off first. Ludwig readies from the stretch, fires home. Low, ball 3. 3-0 the count to Vanderhaar. Jacob Tanner is starting at third base for the Pirates this game. Chase Dinger back at shortstop. Second base, Trent Raschke. And at first base, Preston Witt. Chalmette thinks about taking off, then comes back to first, but the pitch outside for ball 4. So Vonderhaar goes to first base on a walk. That'll move Chalmette up to second base and bring up the number 4 batter. Second baseman, number 11, Jack Wisniewski.
Number 11, Jack Wisniewski.
Wisniewski steps in from the left side. Wisniewski out of San Antonio, Texas, Antonian College Preparatory. He's a redshirt junior. Bats left, throws right. First pitch from Ludwig, calls a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Wisniewski. Chalmette off first. Vonderhaar off first. Chalmette off second. Ludwig in the stretch. Ludwig takes a look back at Chalmette at second. Fires home. On the outside corner for a strike. 0-2 the count now on Wisniewski. Ludwig looks back at Chalmette. Lead off at second base. Now he'll fire home. Ground ball hit towards first base. Whittle filled it, step on first. The runners advance to second and third. But the Pirates now with 2 outs on the 3U. 3 unassisted by Witt. Wisniewski moves the runners up.
Now batting for the Tigers, left fielder, number 42, Brian Schaub.
Chalmette up to third base. Vonderhaar up to second base, and Brian Schaub comes up to bat for the first time in game number 2. This game, Schaub moves to left field, designated hitter in the first game. Schaub had a solo home run in that ball game, and then got hit by a pitch twice, walked twice. Steps in here with 2 runners in scoring position. Ludwig fires away, first pitch low, ball 1. To Schaub, 1-0 the count, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Ludwig settles in from the stretch and fires home. Ball hit straight up the middle by Schaub, but the center fielder, Craig, runs it down and makes the third out. F8 in the book, and that's how we end the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the first right after this on SHN Sports coverage of Southwestern Pirate Baseball. Back here on SHN Sports, presentation of Southwestern Pirate Baseball. We're going to the bottom of the first. No runs for the Tigers in the top of the first. Only 1 hit. Chalmette, the leadoff hitter, with a base hit up the middle. But no runs pushed across. They had 2 runners in scoring position, but Schaub flies out to the center fielder to end the top of the first. The starting lineup for your Pirates. Leading it off, number 27, Hayden Craig, playing center field. Behind the plate, batting second, number 10, Daniel Montgomery. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 56, Lance Cruzy. In the cleanup spot, the left fielder, number 52, Maxwell Mims. In the 5-hole, the second baseman, number 2, Trent Raschke. Batting sixth, at first base, number 19, Preston Witt. In the 7-hole, right fielder, number 34, Bryce Debs. In the 8-hole, the third baseman, number 8, Jacob Tanner. And batting ninth for the Pirates, the shortstop, number 3, Chase Thinger. The pitcher, Benjamin Lugwood, on the mound, number 15. So we'll get it led off here. The top three in the lineup: Craig, Montgomery, Cruzy. The middle third: Mims, Rashke, Witt, and the bottom third: Debs, Tanner, and Thinger. Hayden Craig steps in to lead it off for the Pirates. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count to Hayden Craig. Craig out of Cedar Park, Texas, from Cedar Park High School. 6'3", 190, a senior here on the Pirate team. Second pitch, and he hits it off the fist right towards a kind of a liner over to the second baseman for the out. L4 on the putout by Wisniewski. And the Pirates start off with one out.
Now coming to the plate, the catcher, number 10, Dan Montgomery.
Catcher number 10, Daniel Montgomery, comes up to bat here in the number 2 spot from the right side. Montgomery out of Bowling High School in Bowling, Texas, a senior, 5'10", 190. Chops one down the third baseline, fielded. The throw all the way across the diamond, a scoop at first base. What a play by the first baseman, Vonderhaar, to bail out the third baseman. Holloway made a great play. The throw low, and Vonderhaar scooped it up at the last second. Bang, bang play. But 5-3 on the putout, and 2 quick outs for the Pirates here in the bottom of the first.
Now at the plate for the Pirates, the designated hitter, number 56, Lance Cruzy.
Lance Cruzy comes in the 3-hole. The designated hitter here in game number 2 from the left side. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Cruzy out of Lavernia, Texas, a sophomore, 6'4", 230. Steps back in. Second pitch on the way. It's low. 4-1. 1-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Cruzy 0 for 4 in game number 1 with 3 strikeouts. This pitch takes for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Low and outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Cruzy. Natoli, the pitcher for the Tigers. Left-handed senior out of San Antonio, Texas, Alamo Heights. That pitch, Cruzy takes it for strike 2. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Cruzy back in from the left side. And the lefty Natoli fires away. It's low, ball 4, and Cruzy takes first base. Runner aboard for the Pirates brings up the cleanup hitter, the left fielder, number 52, Maxwell Mims. Mims came in late in the ballgame. Had a triple. Came in for Craig, the top of the lineup in the 6th inning. Comes up with a triple to score 2 runs. Now you see him in the 4-hole here in the game number 2. As a runner at first. Cruzy down there. Small lead off first with the lefty on the mound. First pitch outside for Natoli. It's a ball. Maxwell Mims 1-0 the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. He bats from the right side. Mims out of Friendswood, Texas. He's a 5'10", 190-pound freshman. Fouls this one off back towards the Trinity dugout. 1-1 the count now for Mims. Cruzy leads off first. Natoli looks, fires home. Pitch stays up. Ball 2. 2-1 the count to Mims. He'll come home. Mims popped up on the infield. Vonderhaar ventures over into foul territory, and he'll make the catch. Pop up to the first baseman, and that's how we end the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. After 1, it's 0-0. We'll be back for the second inning. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here for the top of the second inning. The Tigers come up to bat. 0-0 your score after one. Due up here in the second inning for the Tigers.
Third baseman, number 6, Christian Holloway.
Will be Holloway, Goodrich, and McDonald. Holloway, the third baseman, wearing number 6. This go around, wore 43 in the gray jerseys earlier. Still at third base, made a good play there in the first inning. For the Tigers, he steps in from the right side. Ludwig delivers. Ball popped up, back over the backstop, out of play. Strike one, 0-1 the count. For Holloway. Holloway steps in. Pitch fouled back into the backstop screen. 0-2 the count on Holloway. Ludwig comes set in the stretch. Holloway ready. Ludwig fires away. Ball dies away from him. Holloway throws the bat out there. And a single into left center field. Drops for Holloway. He'll be on first base with the base hit. And a runner aboard for the Tigers as the catcher, Michael Goodrich, comes up to bat.
Michael Goodrich.
In game number 1, Holloway 2 for 4 with 2 singles and a base on balls. Continues the hot hitting today with the leadoff single here in the second inning for Trinity. Goodrich steps in from the right side. First pitch low and outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Goodrich, the senior catcher out of Gilbert, Arizona. 6'3", 200-pound. Bats and throws from the right side. First action for Goodrich today. Here catching in game number 2. He steps back in for the right side. Ludwig sets and fires. Just off the outside corner. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Goodrich steps out, gets the signs, back into the box as Holloway takes the lead from first. Ludwig gives him a look, then comes set. He fires home, low and outside. Ball 3, 3-0 the count to Goodrich. Witt holds Holloway on at first base. Ludwig set, ready to deliver. Fires home. Goodrich taking the whole way. Strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Goodrich steps back in. Holloway leads off first. The pitch low and in the dirt. Blocked there by Montgomery. Goodrich draws the walk, and now 2 runners on with no outs here in the top of the second for the Tigers. And that brings up the designated hitter, number 34, Evan McDonald.
Hitter number 34, Evan McDonald.
Holloway down to second base. Goodrich on first. McDonald was in left field in game number 1, 0 for 3 with 2 walks. In the designated hitter spot here in game number 2. McDonald ready from the right side. Turns the bunt. Ball off the outside corner. For ball 1. Witt playing in on the grass at first. Tanner close to the grass on third base. McDonald back in the box, ready. Holloway leads off second. Goodrich off first. Donald takes the pitch high for ball 2. 2-0 the count. No outs here in the top of the second. Still a 0-0 score. McDonald set. Ludwig comes set, looks back towards second base. Now fires home. Bow. McDonald swings and fouls it off. Back over the backstop, out of play. 2-1 now, the count on McDonald. Singer behind Holloway, keeping him close at second base. Ludwig takes a look. Now he'll step off. Holloway returns to second. Goodrich back to first. McDonald steps out. We'll all reset. 2 balls, 1 strike to McDonald. No outs here in the top of the second. McDonald back in the box and ready. Goodrich leads off first. Holloway off second. Ludwig takes a look at second. He'll fire home. In there for strike 2. McDonald taking that pitch. 2-2 the count now. Witt back now on the edge of the grass. He was about 2 or 3 steps in at the first pitch. Backed up to the edge. Tanner just off the edge of the grass on third base. 2 strikes. Figured McDonald will be swinging away. No chance of the bunt here. 2 the count. No outs. Top of the second. And a nice breaking ball by Ludwig. Swing and a miss by McDonald. And the first out of the inning recorded on the strikeout by Evan McDonald.
Coming to the plate for the Tigers, the right fielder, number 19, Jack Peterson.
The right fielder now, number 19, Jack Peterson, steps in from the left side of the plate. Peterson's first action in the ballgame today. He's a freshman out of Round Rock, Texas, and Round Rock High School, 6'3", 190. Bats from the left side and throws right. Peterson steps in from the left side. Ludwig delivers. Outside off the corner. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the top of the second. Goodrich at first. Holloway at second for the Tigers. Ludwig from the stretch. Gets the call from Montgomery and comes set. Takes a look back at Holloway. Singer back towards shortstop. Ludwig delivers. Swing and a miss by Peterson for the first strike. 1-1. The count now on Jack Peterson. True freshman out of Round Rock High School, just down the street in Round Rock. Familiar with the colors he's wearing today, all maroon and gray, just like the Dragons. Freshman steps back in from the left side. Ludwig ready and fires. Peterson takes. A little bit low. Called a strike. It's funny. You hear the grumblings from one dugouts and the agreements from the other. 1-2 now the count to Peterson. 1 out. 2 runners still aboard for the Tigers. Holloway leads off second. Singer directly behind him. Back and forth trying to keep Holloway close. Goodrich off first. Witt directly behind him in the dirt. The pitch. Home plate umpire says he went around on the check swing, and that's going to be a strikeout for Ludwig. 2 strikeouts in a row. Peterson goes down on strikes.
Coming to the plate for the Tigers, the center fielder, number 1, Rafe Chamet.
So the Tigers got the leadoff man aboard on a single by Holloway. And then Goodrich followed up with a walk. And since then, 2 big strikeouts from Ludwig. Brings us back around to the top of the lineup. Rafe Chamet led off the ball game with a single up the middle in the first inning. Steps back in from the left side. First pitch. Low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Chamet back in. Ludwig takes a look. Back towards Holloway. He'll fire home. Foul ball back into the backstop by Chamet. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. 1-1, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Goodrich leads off first. Holloway off second. Ludwig will deliver the pitch. It's a bit outside or up and away. Or he did call it a strike. Okay. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's why I was kind of confused. If it was outside or up. But the umpire has his strike call directly out in front of his chest. Hard to see from up here. So it's a now 1-2 count on Chalmette. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Ludwig looking to get out of trouble. This one high. Ball 2. Count evens up. 2-2. 2 outs. And now Chalmette, and like we were talking up here, Chalmette is saying, wait, it should be 3-1. And the umpire saying, no, I called a strike. And so I'm not sure what I don't know how you argue this. The umpire said I called a strike. We thought it was a ball call. It says it on the board, 2-2. We agree with the umpire at this point. Coach Scannell out of the dugout talking to the home plate umpire. So a little disagreement here as to what's going on. Now it is 3-1, so not sure what is going on here or who talked into what, but the home plate umpire now signals 3-1 is the count. So now we will reset. 3 balls, 1 strike to Chalmette. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Holloway off second. Goodrich off first for the Tigers. Pirates trying to get out of trouble here in the second without any damage. Ludwig fires home. It's outside. Ball 4. And Chalmette moves down to first base on the walk. Holloway up to third. Goodrich up to second. The base is loaded. As Jack Baker comes up to bat for the Tigers.
Now at the plate for the Tigers, the shortstop, number 7, Jack Baker.
I bet Peterson and Ludwig faced each other in high school, Round Rock and Westlake.
Jack Baker, the shortstop this game, his second baseman last game for the Tigers, steps in from the right side. 0 for 1 here in game number 2 as he flew out to the left fielder. Mims in the first inning. He comes up with bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch takes it for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Baker. Baker did the damage early on in game number 1. In the top of the first inning, Herrera drew the walk, and Baker put a 2-run home run just to the left of the scoreboard in left field to open up the scoring early. Ended up 2 for 4 in the ball game with that home run and 1 base on balls. Second pitch, a breaking ball fouled off out of play to the right side. 0-2 now the count to Jack Baker. Umpire steps out, collects some more balls after several foul balls being hit here the first couple of innings. Now we all settle back in. Baker back into the right side box. Ludwig set in the stretch. Holloway off third. Goodrich off second. Chalmette off first for the Tigers. The pitch off speed. Strikeout looking. What a pitch there by Ludwig. And the Pirates get out of trouble. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base. After 1.5, it's still 0-0. Be back with the bottom of the second inning after this. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. back here on SHN Sports coverage of Southwestern Pirate baseball. We go to the bottom of the second, nothing to score. Trent Raschke comes up to bat, takes first pitch for a strike. Raschke, the second baseman. Next pitch, he fouls it up, and it's going to get over the backstop, out of play. Goodrich back to the backstop, but it's out of play. So the count goes to 0-2 on Raschke. Trent Raschke, Galveston Ball High School, Galveston, Texas, a 6'1", 185-pound sophomore. Takes this pitch, drives it to the right field, but right to Peterson. He took about 2 steps in and makes the catch. L9 in the scorebook. And the first out of the inning recorded for the Pirates.
Now at the plate for the Pirates, the first baseman, number 19, Preston Witt.
The first baseman, number 19, Preston Witt, steps in for the first time here in game number 2. Witt steps in from the left side, facing the left-hander Natoli. First pitch, up for ball 1, 1-0 the count. Witt, the 6'4", 225 sophomore out of Houston, Texas, Episcopal High School. Swings and miss at pitch number 2. 1-1 the count now with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Natoli fires. Ball low. 2-1 now the count on Witt. Swing and a miss here by Witt. Evens up the count at 2-2. Witt readies. Natoli fires. Up and away, ball 3. Full count now for Witt. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Witt ready. Natoli with the windup. Pitch looked to be a little elevated and out. Witt tossed the bat to take off down to first base, and he's rung up. Strikeout looking. Second out of the inning for the Pirates. First strikeout of the ball game for Natoli. That'll bring up Bryce Debs, the right fielder, number 34. Steps in from the right side with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss at the first pitch, 0-1 the count. Swing at this pitch here. It's going to be a base hit into left field. Debs circles first base. He's going to take off for second. The throw comes in, and it's up over the cutoff man. Wisniewski stops it before it gets out of play. Debs with the 2-out double for the Pirates. Puts a runner in scoring position and brings up Jacob Tanner, the third baseman.
Third baseman, number 8, Jacob Tanner.
Beautiful piece of hitting there by Bryce Debs. Tanner steps in, the sophomore out of Houston, Texas, out of Episcopal High School. 6 foot, 165. Bats from the right side. Debs with a big lead off at second baseman. Wisniewski back and forth, keeping him close. Natoli fires home. Pitch high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Debs in scoring position at second base. Tanner readies from the right side. Natoli takes a look at second, now delivers. Low and inside, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Debs leads off second. Tanner back in the box. Natoli from the stretch. Comes set. Takes a look back at second base. Comes home. Ball low. 3 balls, no strikes to Tanner. Natoli been working at a pretty quick pace. Now it's kind of slowing things down as Deb's got the big double down the left field line. Now falls behind 3-0 to Tanner. Debs with the big lead off. Natoli doesn't even look this time, goes home. Tanner taking the whole way. Takes a strike. 3-1 the count now to Tanner with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Ludwig and the Pirates worked out of trouble in the top of the second. Now trying to cause some noise here in the bottom of the second. Tanner with the opportunity with the runner in scoring position. Natoli fires. Tanner swinging a miss there. Fouls it off. Back into the off of the catcher. 4 strike number 2. 3-2 the count now. Full count, 2 outs. Tanner gets ready. Back in the box. Debs leads off second. Natoli a little more deliberate now from the stretch. Takes his time getting the sign from Goodrich. Tanner's going to take time. Goodrich and Tanner are in Natoli. Very deliberate. Tanner back in the box. Natoli gets his sign now. Glances back at second. Comes home. Tanner sticks the bat out there, pokes the ball into left field for the base hit. Debs around third. He'll score easily. Now Tanner goes for second base. He slides in, and he's going to be safe. What a hustle there by Tanner. The base hit, the RBI double there by Tanner. Big hit with 2 outs. And the Pirates get first blood here in game number 2. Debs was off at the crack of the bat. You weren't getting him at any point. And Tanner didn't hesitate, got into second, slides under the tag. And now a visit from the dugout for the Tigers. Take a quick timeout, be back. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back from the timeout. And visit to the mound. Tanner at second base. And the shortstop now comes up for his first attempt here in game number 2. Chase Thinger steps in from the right side. Swing and a miss at pitch number 1. 0-1 the count to Thinger. Tanner at second base. A big RBI double with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second for Tanner. Scored Debs. And the Pirates have the first lead in the ballgame, 1-0. Thinger. Second pitch, fouls it off down the right field line. And it'll go out of play. Just another long strike there for Thinger. And he falls behind the count now, 0-2 to Natoli. Thinger back in the box. Natoli looks for the signs. Tanner leads off second base. Natoli delivers the pitch. Check swing. They asked for them to check down the first base line, and they do. He did not go around. So Thinger stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 1-0. Pirates lead it by 1. Natoli comes set. And the pitch. Thinger takes this one, and he's rung up looking, strikeout looking. And that's how we end the second inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. 1 man left on base for the Pirates. At the end of 2, it's 1-0. Southwestern leads it. We'll be back with more Pirate Baseball here on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports coverage of Pirate Baseball. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Trinity coming up, trailing by 1. Pirates pushed across a run on 2 doubles, 2 extra base hits in the bottom of the 2nd. Debs led it with a double, and then Tanner followed up with an RBI double of his own to push Debs across to push the score 1-0. Vanderhaar steps in for the 2nd time of the ball game. Fouls off the first pitch, back over the left side, out of play. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. Vanderhaar walked in his first appearance here in the 1st inning. Ludwig still on the mound, pitching for the Pirates. Set from the stretch and fires. Vanderhaar pops this one up on the infield to the left side. Tanner, the 3rd baseman, calls it and takes it. F5 on the putout for the first out of the inning.
Now up for the Tigers, the 2nd baseman, number 11, Jack Wisniewski.
Jack Wisniewski steps in, the 2nd baseman. He grounded out to first, Witt on the 3 unassisted play. He's 0 for 1 here in game number 1. Steps back in from the left side for the 2nd time in the ball game. Ludwig set from the stretch. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. First pitch, outside corner, strike 1. 0-1 the count to Wisniewski. Wisniewski sets again. Ludwig fires in, swing and a miss. Strike 2 for Wisniewski. 0-2 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. 0-2-0 on the board for the Tigers. 1-2-0 on the board for the Pirates. Top of the 3rd, 1-0. The Pirates lead it here early in game number 2 of the doubleheader. Tomorrow they'll be back on the road at Trinity for game number 4 of this 4-game set. Ludwig set from the stretch. Ground ball hit. Shortstop builds it, throws over to first, and the play made there by Witt. Singer to Witt for the putout. 6-3 in the book for the 2nd out of the inning. And that brings up the left fielder, Brian Schaub.
For the Tigers, the left fielder, number 42, Brian Schaub.
Schaub steps back in. He flew out to center field to end the 1st inning for the Tigers. Steps in here in the 3rd inning. 2 down for the Tigers in the top of the 3rd. Shot from the right side. Ludwig comes set. First pitch just off the outside for ball one. 1-0 to Schaub. Wind seems to be dying down just a little bit out of the south. Still a good breeze, but doesn't seem as hard as it was earlier in game number one. Next pitch. Schaub takes this one for a strike. Evens out the count at 1 apiece. 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Schaub back in the box. Ludwig gets the pitch he wants. Comes set. Pitch on the outside corner. Strike 2. Schaub taking it there. And now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Schaub. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Ludwig and looks in, gets the signal from Montgomery and comes set. Montgomery moves towards the outside of the plate. Pitch outside. Gets away from Montgomery. Ball 2. 2-2 the count now to Schaub. 2 outs for the Tigers. Schaub takes his time. Steps back in the box and readies. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here at the top of the third. 1-0, your Pirates lead it. Here in game number 2. Ludwig set from the stretch and delivers. Breaking ball popped up on the infield by Schaub. Ball moves around and it's going to fall for an infield base hit. It started off in foul territory and landed about 10 to 12 feet in fair territory. Ball hits the ground for a hit. Schaub gets on. Keeps the inning alive for the Tigers. That brings up the third baseman, Christian Holloway. He had a single in his first at bat in the second inning.
Coming to the plate for the Tigers, the third baseman, number 6, Christian Holloway.
So the Tigers making some noise here with 2 outs. Schaub's aboard at first base. Holloway steps in from the right side. 1 for 1 here in game number 2. Ludwig comes set from the stretch. Fires home. It's low. Ball number 1. Tigers have had men on base in every inning so far. Got 2 aboard in the first. Bases were loaded last inning. And now they have a runner with 2 outs here in the third inning. Ludwig sets as Schaub leads off first base. The pitch low and inside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count to Holloway, the third baseman. Schaub gets his lead. Witt holds him on at first. Ludwig delivers. Ball popped up on the infield. Second baseman, Rashke goes over, makes the catch, F4. And that's how we end the top of the third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the third, 1-0. The Pirates lead it. You're listening to Pirate Baseball here on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports coverage of Southwestern Pirate baseball. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0, the Pirates lead it. Coming up here in the bottom of the third for the Pirates, Craig, Montgomery, and Cruzy due up. 1, 2, and 3 in the order. First pitch to Craig, a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count in the first inning. Craig lined out to the second baseman, Wisniewski, to lead things off. Second pitch, up and away for ball one. Evens out the count at 1 apiece. Natoli still on the mound for the Tigers. He's given up 1 run on 2 hits so far. Walked 1 and struck out 2 so far. This ball down in the dirt. 2-1 the count for Craig, the leadoff hitter for the Pirates. Steps back in. The pitch on the way. Outside for ball number 3. 3-1 the count to Craig. Craig 0 for 1 in game number 1 with 2 walks and a strikeout. And then he got lifted in the 6th inning by Mims. Mims came in and hit for him and got the triple. Next pitch fouled off by Craig. Makes the count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the third. Pirates lead it by 1. Craig steps back in to the right side. Natoli, the left-hander, winds up and delivers. Craig with a swing and the miss for the out. He goes down swinging for the first out here in the 3rd inning. That'll bring up the catcher, Daniel Montgomery.
Coming to the plate for the Pirates, the catcher, number 10, Dan Montgomery.
Second strikeout for James Natoli for the Tigers. Montgomery grounded out. 5-3 in the inning number 1. Takes strike 1. Ball's behind 0-1 in the count here in the bottom of the 3rd. Holloway scooped the ball at 3rd and made a throw. It goes right back down the line, but it's just foul. Montgomery tried to get one past Holloway this time, and just foul. Ball's behind 0-2 now on. And this at bat. Holloway made a great play on the first one, throws across, and Vonderhaar scooped it out of the dirt. Bang, bang play at first to get Montgomery. In his first at bat, steps back in. 0-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Montgomery waits. Pitch is up and high for ball 1. 1-2 the count now. Montgomery's choked up a little bit on the bat, just looking to make contact, put the ball in play. Natoli rocks and fires. Ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop comes with it, ball down in the dirt. But Vonderhaar makes the scoop and the out. 6-3 on the putout. Baker made the scoop but made a low throw. And the first baseman doing his job across there. Vonderhaar with another assist. Puts it out. Number 2 on the board.
Hitter, number 56, Lance Cruzy.
Lance Cruzy, the DH, comes up. He's walked in his first appearance in the first inning. Steps in here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Cruzy from the left side. Ball in the dirt. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 2 outs here at the bottom of the 3rd. Natoli fires. This one's blowing outside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count to Cruzy, the DH. Walked in his first plate appearance in the first inning. Back here in the 3rd, up 2-0 in the count. Next pitch, he fouls it off into the backstop screen. 2-1 now the count. Lefty on lefty matchup here. And Natoli, the big left-hander on the mound. Cruzy, the left-hander. Steps in. Here's the pitch. Cruzy fouls it off down the left field line. Out of play. Evens up the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Natoli rocking fires it in, and it's inside for ball 3. Natoli came off the mound like he was headed to the dugout. Quickly had to stop that momentum and go back to the mound. Ball 3, full count now on Cruzy. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 3rd. Cruzy waits, gets the pitch, drives it into right center field. It's going to hang up there. Chalmette will run it down in right center field for the final out. F8 in the book, and that's how we end the 3rd inning. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Pirates. After 3, Southwestern leads it 1-0. Back with more Pirate baseball on SHN Sports. Back here for the top of the 4th inning. 1-0, the Pirates lead the Tigers of Trinity University here in game number 2.
For the Tigers, the catcher, number 22, Michael Goodrich.
Due up this inning for the Tigers. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Goodrich, McDonald, and Peterson. Goodrich, the catcher, back up in his first plate appearance in the 2nd inning. He drew a walk. Steps back in from the right side. Ludwig still on the mound for the Pirates. He readies and fires. Swing and a miss. For strike number 1. Goodrich steps back in. Ludwig fires home. Nice breaking pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Goodrich down in the count, 0-2. Here in the top of the 4th. The Tigers have had at least one man reach base in each of the first 3 innings. And the Pirates have shut them down, not allowing any runs. Ludwig works ahead of Goodrich here to start the 4th. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night for Goodrich, the catcher. He sits down on the swinging strikeout. 4th strikeout of the ball game for
The designated hitter, number 34, Evan McDonald.
Benjamin Ludwig. He's pitched 3 innings, has 4 strikeouts now and 3 walks. Only giving up the 3 base hits, 1 in each inning. Evan McDonald, the designated hitter, struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. His first at bat, steps back in. 0 for 1 in the ball game. From the right side, Ludwig sets from the stretch. Ball popped up on the infield. Raschke calls for it, comes in on the grass, and makes the catch. For out number 2, F4 in the book. McDonald down quickly, 1 pitch and 1 out there. And that'll bring up Jack Peterson, the right fielder, number 9 hitter in the lineup.
Coming to the plate for the Tigers, the right fielder, number 19, Jack Peterson.
Peterson from the left side out of Round Rock High School. Steps back in for his second appearance. Struck out swinging in the top of the second inning. Steps back in now. Ludwig from the stretch. Readies. Nice pitch there. Peterson takes it for a strike. 0-1 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Pirates. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Ludwig keeping the bases empty here in the fourth inning to this point. 0-1 the count on Peterson. Ludwig fires. Off-speed pitch. Looked like he was called a strike. I believe so. 0-2 the count now. Peterson backed out. Didn't pull the trigger on that pitch. Now Ludwig ahead. 0-2, 2 outs. Peterson steps back in. Ludwig comes set. Fires in. Just off the outside corner for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Followed the golden rule. No balls and 2 strikes. Don't give him anything to hit. But that was a nice pitch. Just off the outside corner by Ludwig. Peterson steps back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Peterson ready, Ludwig ready. Foul ball off the catcher's mitt, back to the backstop. Peterson stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peterson now back in the box. Ludwig set from the stretch. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. Montgomery finds it. He's going to have to fire down in a hurry, and he does. Witt makes the play. 2-3 on the putout off of the strikeout swinging, the 5th of the ball game for Benjamin Ludwig, and that's how we end the fourth. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no men left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 1-0. The Pirates lead it. More Pirate baseball here on SHN Sports. Here on SHN, bottom of the fourth inning, Maxwell Mims steps in for the second time in the ballgame. Drives a pitch right up the middle for a base hit. Maxwell Mims rounds first. Chalmette took his time. Now Mims will go back to first base, but he leads off the bottom of the fourth with a base hit. He's now 1 for 2 on the night with that single. Gets a man aboard.
Coming to the plate for the Pirates, second baseman, number 2, Trent Raschke.
Trent Raschke now comes up. He lined out to the right fielder. Peterson to start the second inning. Steps in 0 for 1 from the right side. Natoli delivers. Pitch on the outside corner to Raschke is called a strike. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Go to the bottom of the fourth here. Leadoff hitter Mims gets aboard. on a single up the middle. He's at first base. Natoli still on the mound for the Tigers from the left side. He'll go back over to first. Mims back quickly. He's safe in there. Signal's given down by the third base coach. Rashke steps out. Get the signs, and he'll step back in to the right side. Mims leads off from first. Natoli set from the stretch. He'll go back to first. Mims dives back over. He's in there safe. Mims back up. Natoli back on the mound. Mims quickly off first again. Nice lead for Mims at first. Rashke in the box. Natoli comes home with it. Rashke punches it to the right side. Second baseman builds it, throws it to the shortstop, turn to first base, and it's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. Nice play by the infield of Trinity. Wisniewski, Baker, and Vonderhaar turn the 4-6-3 double play.
Coming to the plate for the Pirates, the first baseman, number 19, Preston Witt.
And that's 2 quick outs, and that brings up Preston Witt, the first baseman. He struck out looking in the second inning. Steps in 0 for 1. First pitch, a breaking ball. Over the plate for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th. Witt fouls this one off. Down the right field line. 4 strike number 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th. They checked with the third base umpire to see if Witt went around. He did not. He checked his swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Witt stays alive. Natoli delivers. Witt swing and a miss. He goes down swinging, and that's how we end the 4th. 3 up, 3 down after the single erased on the double play. The Tigers get out of any kind of trouble with no outs and 1 hit given up. We end the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And after 4 innings, it's 1-0. The Pirates lead it. Back for the 5th inning after this. Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports coverage of Southwestern Pirate Baseball. We go to the top of the 5th. Still a 1-run game. The Pirates lead it by 1. The only run of the ball game came at the bottom of the 2nd inning. Bryce Debs got a 2-out double. And he was brought in by a 2-out double by Jacob Tanner. And that's the lone run in the ball game. Chalmette leads it off here, the leadoff batter for the Tigers in the top of the 5th. He's 1 for 1 here in the ballgame with the base on balls as well. First pitch from Ludwig down in the dirt for ball 1. Ludwig has been worked 4 innings so far, 5 strikeouts and 3 walks. And back in for action here in the 5th inning. Chalmette from the left side. He'll foul this pitch back off into the net. And even up the count at 1 apiece. One ball, 1 strike, no outs. Top of the 5th. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Pirates. Top of the 5th inning here in game number 2, the nightcap. Ludwig sets, Chalmette from the left side, ready. Ludwig delivers, breaking ball over the outside corner, strike 2. Nice pitch there from Ludwig. And that moves Chalmette behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ludwig with a beautiful pitch on the outside to the lefty. Broke over the corner of the plate for a strike. Ready to deliver here, and does. And Chalmette will pull that one into right field. Debs goes over and gets it, but Chalmette alive. 2 for 2 now in the ballgame with another single. He drives that one to right field. Through for a base hit.
The shortstop, number 7, Jack Baker.
Jack Baker, the shortstop, steps in. He's 0 for 2 here in the ball game tonight. Flew out to left field in the first inning, struck out looking in the second to end the inning for the Tigers. Steps up back now here with Chalmette on first base. Ludwig fires in, breaking ball. Stays in for ball 1. Chalmette was stranded on base in both of the first 2 innings after reaching on a single and a base on balls. Leads the top of the 5th off for the Tigers with a base hit. He has a lead off first, being held by Witt. Ludwig just tosses over. Chalmette dives back in. Witt trying to keep Chalmette close. Lead off aboard. Gets a good sized lead. Ludwig takes a look, then comes set from the stretch. Baker from the right side, ready's at the plate. Chalmette takes off, swing and a miss, ball thrown down, and it's going to get past the second baseman, Raschke. The throw from Montgomery stayed low, kind of behind the second baseman. But there backing up the play was Craig. Chalmette got nowhere other than the stolen base. So now the Tigers have a runner on second with no outs. 1-1 the count to Baker. First stolen base of the ball game for either team. Baker in from the right side. Chalmette off second. Now Baker's going to take a time and step out of the box. Ludwig from the stretch. Chalmette off. Raschke back and forth near the base, trying to keep Chalmette close. Ludwig turns and looks. He'll come home. And ball driven into left field for the base hit. Chalmette to third base. It looks like they're going to hold him up there. The ball thrown into home. That's going to allow the runner to get up. Montgomery tries to throw down to second and wide of the base. Ball into right field. That's going to allow Baker to get all the way to third. A single and a two-base error. A single. The throw coming home, he advances on that. He gets to third on the throwing error by the catcher. So an error there on Montgomery allows for the first run, as Chalmette was going to stay at the second base or at third base, but he ends up scoring on that throwing error. So it's a big error on the Pirates. So we'll reset there as Baker gets the single. Chalmette scores on the E2. And Baker advances all the way around to third on that same error. Now step in Jack Vonderhaard, the first baseman from the left side. No outs. One run across for the Tigers here in the top of the 5th. Foul ball back to the backstop. 0-1 the count now to Vonderhaard. 2 hits in the inning for the Tigers. Now a runner down at third base with no outs. Vonderhaar steps in. Ludwig fires in. It's outside for Ball one, evens up the count at 1-1. Vonderhaar 0 for 1 in this game. A walk in the first inning, and he flew out to the third baseman in the third inning. Steps back in here. The runner in scoring position 90 feet away. The Tigers looking to try to take their first lead of the ball game. Ludwig delivers. Vonderhaar down the left field line. Puts the ball into play, and it's going to land foul. Mims unable to get over and make the catch, but it's a foul ball, so Vonderhaar back to the plate, reset, 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs here. The Tigers, 1 run already in the inning, and threatening with the runner just 90 feet away and no outs. Vonderhaar checks back into the box on the left side. Ludwig set in the stretch. Baker leads off third. Ludwig delivers. Ball fouled back into the net. Vonderhaar stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vonderhaar back in the box. Baker with the lead off at third. Pitcher set. Ludwig getting ready to deliver. Vonderhaar stays alive. Fouls this one off. Montgomery unable to hold on to it. So just a foul ball. Stays alive. Count at 1-2 still. No outs here in the top of the 5th. 1-1 your score. Tigers have pushed across 1 run here. Threatening with another runner on third base. No outs. 1-2 the count to Vonderhaar. The lefty back in the box. Ludwig comes set. And Vonderhaar fouls this one back away. Back over the backstop. Stays alive. 1-2 still the count. Vonderhaar back in the box. Ludwig readies from the stretch. Baker leads off third. Pitch on the way. And a foul ball back to the backstop. Vonderhaar stays alive. Continues the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Vonderhaar sets in the box. Ludwig steps off. Wants to go back through the signs for Montgomery. Now he readies. Vonderhaar back in the box. Baker with the lead off. Foul territory from third base. Ludwig sets and delivers. Outside corner, just outside for ball number 2. Nice pitch there. Trying to bring it in backdoor on the lefty. Can't get the call. Evens out the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Vonderhaar. No outs here in the top of the 5th. 1-1 your score. Tigers threatening here in the top of the 5th. With the runner in scoring position just 90 feet away and no outs. Ludwig sets from the stretch. Delivers, swing and a miss. Montgomery throws down to Witt for the out. Another strikeout recorded for Ludwig. That'll be his 6th strikeout in the ball game. Vonderhaar down on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Tigers, the second baseman, number 11, Jack Wisniewski.
Wisniewski steps in, 0 for 2 in the ball game. The second baseman ground out to first base and then a ground out to the shortstop in the 3rd inning. He steps in from the left side. 1 out here in the top of the 5th now. Baker still at third for the Tigers, trying to score and take the lead for the first time in the ball game. Wisniewski in. Ludwig comes set. Pitch on the way. Drives it to center field. Craig is back. He'll make the catch. He's going to come up, but he's just going to lob it in. Deep shot there from Wisniewski doing his job. Sack fly scores the go-ahead run for the Tigers. 2-1 now the score here in the top of the fifth. 2 outs. As the left fielder, Brian Schaub, comes up to bat.
Coming to the plate for the Tigers, the left fielder, number 42, Brian Shaw.
Schaub in from the right side. So far in the ball game, Schaub 1 for 2. Flew out to center field in the first inning and singled in the third. Steps in here with 2 outs, top of the fifth. Ludwig delivers. Outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Schaub. Two runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 1 hit, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the the Pirates. Ludwig readies and fires. Breaking ball over the heart of the plate. Schaub taking there. 1-1 the count now. Schaub steps out, now back in. Readies from the right side. Ludwig gets his pitch and comes set. Ball hit into left field. It's going to be in front of Mims for a base hit for Schaub. Now 2 for 3 in the ball game. And the Tigers get a runner on base with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Schaub with 2 singles. Back on first base here, and that brings up the third baseman, Christian Holloway.
Coming to the plate for the Tigers, the third baseman, number 6, Christian Holloway.
Close enough. Only his mother.
Holloway singled in the second inning. Popped out to the second baseman in the third. 1 for 2 here in the second game. First pitch, and Holloway single to the left side. Between the shortstop and third base into left field. Mims will come up and play it. But now 2 runners aboard on back-to-back singles with 2 outs. In the top of the fifth here for the Tigers. That'll bring up the catcher, Michael Goodrich. He's 0 for 2, or 0 for 1 here in the ballgame with a walk.
Now batting for the Tigers, the catcher, number 22, Michael Goodrich.
Schaub up to second base. Holloway to first. 4 hits here in the inning for the Tigers, all singles. It's produced 2 runs and 2 runners on base now with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. 2-1 your score. Trinity's taking the lead here with 2 runs in the top of the fifth. Goodrich steps in, struck out swinging back in the 4th inning. Ludwig gets his signals, comes set from the stretch. Schaub leads off second. Holloway off first. Ludwig delivers. Inside, ball 1. Goodrich back in. Raschke back and forth to second base, trying to keep Schaub close. Ludwig comes set in the stretch, takes a look back. He'll fire home. Check swing foul ball back towards the Pirate dugout. Evens the count out at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Goodrich will ready back into the box. Ludwig gets his pitch. Comes set from the stretch. Looks back at second. Now will fire home. Ball low. 2 balls, 1 strike to Goodrich. Goodrich back in. Settles in. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the fifth. Ludwig on the mound. Schaub leads off second. Holloway off first for the Tigers. Swing and a miss. Evens the count out at 2-2 now for Goodrich. 2-2 on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Pirates trying to get out of the inning without any more damage, as they've given up 2 runs on 4 hits and a big error here in the inning to surrender the lead to the Tigers, 2-1. Goodrich back in the box. Schaub and Holloway getting their leads off of their respective bases. Ludwig set in the stretch. Looks back at second. He'll fire home. Foul tip off a check swing into the glove of Montgomery. And that'll be a strikeout swinging for Goodrich. And that's how we'll end the top of the 5th. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. And the Tigers take the lead. We'll come back for the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports, we're going to the bottom of the 5th. Here in game number 2, the Pirates trail it by 1 after 2 runs surrendered in the top of the 5th.
Coming to the plate for the Pirates, the right fielder, number 34, Bryce Debs.
The 7, 8, and 9 holes coming up for the Pirates. Debs, Tanner, and Thinger. Debs steps in. First pitch swinging. Hits it short into right field. Peterson comes in and makes the catch. F9 on the putout. And 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th for the Pirates. That brings up the third baseman, Jacob Tanner. Tanner 1 for 1 on the night so far with a double, RBI double.
Coming to the plate for the Pirates, the third baseman,
With 2 outs back in the second inning that scored Debs for the only run of the ballgame for the Pirates. Steps back in here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. This pitch low and in the dirt for ball number 1. James Natoli back on the mound for the Tigers for his 5th inning of work. This pitch inside low, ball 2. 2-0 the count to Tanner. I was about to say Debs and Tanner combined to get the 1 run across earlier when Debs swung at the first pitch before I could get it out and flew out for the first out of the inning. This pitch taken for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tanner here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out for the Pirates. This pitch almost hit Tanner. Inside, he avoids it. I love it. You hear it down from the coach. We need a base runner. As Tanner got out of the way, 3-1 the count. This pitch right down the middle. Tanner fouls it off back into the backstop. And the count even are full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tanner back in from the right side. Natoli from the windup. And Tanner punches it right back up the middle for a base hit. 2 for 2 on the night with a double and a single. Tanner doing his job here. There's the base runner the coach was looking for. As Tanner with his 2nd hit in the ballgame. brings up the shortstop, Chase Thinger. Struck out looking in the second inning in his only at bat. 0 for 1 here in the second ball game. Tanner with the lead off of first. Thinger from the right side steps in the box. Natoli, the left-hander, comes set in the stretch. He'll go back to first base. They got Tanner in a rundown. Throw it down to second base. Tanner slides in. He'll be tagged out. So we'll pick off there. On that put out, you're going to go 1-3-6 for the Cott Stealing. So the runner with one out erased quickly on the nice move by Natoli for the Tigers. So now 2 outs as Thinger steps in here. No balls, no strikes. His first pitch. A breaking pitch over the heart of the plate for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss at the second pitch. 0-2 now the count with 2 outs to Thinger. Natoli rocks and fires. Outside for ball 1, 1-2. The pitch, and off the hands. Drives it to the shortstop. Play made to first. 6-3 on the putout. Baker to Vonderhaar. And that's going to end the inning. 6-3 on the putout. Third out of the inning. And after 5, 2-1, the Tigers lead it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Pirates.
1 hit, no runs.
2 runs, 7 hits, no errors on the board for the Tigers. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. We go to the top of the 6th. Tigers lead it 2-1. We'll be back with more Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Go to the top of the 6th inning. Trinity leads it 2-1. Evan McDonald steps in. Due up for the Tigers here in the top of the 6th. McDonald, Peterson, and Chalmette. 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Tigers. McDonald so far in the ball game 0 for 2. The designated hitter struck out in the 2nd inning and flied out to the second baseman in the 4th. First pitch fouled off. Down the right side. 0-1 the count as Ludwig back on the mound for the Pirates. Oh, 0-1 the count. Ludwig delivers. Outside, ball 1, evens up at a 1-1. Ludwig with a pretty good outing so far here this first of the season. He's into his 6th inning of work. Last look, he was about the 80 pitch mark. Seeing a little bit of movement down in the bullpen for the Pirates. Ludwig delivers. Breaking ball over the plate. No, inside. For a ball. 2-1. Thought it broke back across the corner. Nice pitch there by Ludwig, but it's inside for ball 2. 2-1. To McDonald. McDonald readies from the right side. Ludwig comes set in the stretch. Ball sent down the right side, out of play. Foul ball. And the count evened up at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Trinity with the 2-1 lead. 1 run in the bottom of the 2nd. For the Pirates, 2 runs across in the top of the 5th inning. For the Tigers, take back the lead. McDonald back in the box, readies. Ludwig set from the stretch. Ludwig delivers. Outside for ball 3. Full count now on McDonald. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs here in the top of the 6th. McDonald gets back in the box. Readies. Ludwig comes set. Payoff pitch here. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for the first out of the inning. It's the 2nd strikeout of the night for McDonald. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Jack Peterson.
For the Tigers, the right fielder, number 19, Jack Peterson.
So far, 7 strikeouts for Ludwig here in the ball game against 3 walks. Jack Peterson 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts here in the ball game. The number 9 hole hitter for the Tigers. Swing and fouls one off back into the net. 4 strike 1. 0-1 the count. 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Peterson back in from the left side. Ludwig set from the stretch. Pitch outside, evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chalmette, the on-deck batter, 2 for 2 in the ball game, waiting his turn. 2 singles and a walk so far in the ball game from the leadoff position. Scored a run in the last inning on the throwing error from Montgomery. 1-1 the count. Ludwig delivers. Peterson pulls it down the right field line. It's over the right field fence, out of play. Foul ball. Long strike there. And Ludwig works ahead of Peterson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peterson, the freshman out of Round Rock High School. Out in front of that one there. Now he battles from behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 6th. Ludwig set from the stretch. And a swing and a miss. 2nd strikeout of the inning for Ludwig. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Chalmette. For the Tigers, 8 strikeouts now in the ball game for Ludwig.
The center fielder, number 1, Rafe Chalmette.
Like I discussed, Chalmette 2 for 2 with a walk here in the ball game. 2 singles, 1 run scored. Steps back in from the left side. Ludwig set from the stretch and fires in. Chalmette fouls that one off. Quick, fast, and in a hurry across the left side, out of play over the dugout of the Pirates. And behind in the count now. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The fourth inning was the only inning the Tigers didn't have any runners aboard. Pirates trying to do the same thing here in the sixth. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Chalmette takes the pitch for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Center fielder steps back in, number 1. From the left side. Ludwig Stedt from the stretch. Just off the outside corner for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chalmette comes set. Ludwig looks for his signal, gets it. And it comes set from the stretch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Ludwig fires away. Breaking pitch, and Chalmette bites it off to the left side. Single into left field. Mims comes up and throws it in. And Chalmette 3 for 3 on the night. Doing his job as the leadoff hitter, and he does it again here with 2 outs. The Tigers have a base runner.
Now batting for the Tigers, the shortstop, number 7, Jeff Baker.
Jeff Baker, the shortstop, steps in. He's 1 for 3 on the night. Fly ball to left field. Strikeout looking, and a single in the last inning. Steps back in. 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th, Chalmette leads off first. Baker in from the right side. First pitch. Down the middle for strike 1. Baker takes a look at it. 0-1 the count. Chalmette gets the signals. Takes a good lead off of first base. Witt holding him on there. Ludwig stepped off. Chalmette back to the base. Now he takes his lead back over. Ludwig takes a look, comes set from the stretch. Baker from the right side, ready at the plate. Pitch in for strike 2, right down the middle. 2 straight fastballs from Ludwig. Baker not swinging away. No balls, 2 strikes to Baker. Chalmette, first base, gets his lead. Witt holds him on. Ludwig comes set. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by Montgomery. Moves the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th, Trinity leads it by 1 over Southwestern, 2-1. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. Chalmette leads off first. Ludwig set in the stretch. Baker waits. Fouled off down the first base line. And Baker stays alive. 1-2, the count still with 2 outs. Baker back in the box now. Chalmette, it's an extra half step off the base at first. On his lead, Ludwig looking for the call. Montgomery called time from behind the plate. So everyone will reset. Montgomery wanted to make sure he gets the signal right from the coaches. Ludwig back on the mound. Chalmette with the lead. Ludwig takes a look at first, then comes set in the stretch. Baker in the box, ready to go. Ludwig delivers home. Foul ball back into the net. Baker battles again, keeping it alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Reset, try it again. Chalmette with the bigger lead off first. Witt holding him on. Ludwig looking for the pitch. And he'll come set, but Baker's going to take a timeout a little too long. One thing you notice in the battle here between Trinity and Southwestern. The Trinity pitchers get set quickly, and as soon as a batter is ready, they're ready to pitch. And the more methodical approach from Southwestern, the pitchers take their time, make sure they get their signals straight. Ludwig comes set. Chalmette leads off. Baker waits the pitch. It's in low in the dirt. Montgomery with the block. And it brings the count even at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Ludwig continue to do work for the Pirates. Ludwig set from the stretch. Chalmette with the leadoff. Ludwig delivers home. And a ball hit into right field by Baker in front of Debs. He'll field it and throw it in. Chalmette stops at second. A single there by Baker. And the Tigers extend the inning with 2 outs. 2 back-to-back singles has the runners at first and second for the Tigers. Bringing up the 3-hole hitter, the first baseman, Jack Vonderhaar.
For the Tigers, the first baseman, number 10, Jack Vanderhaar.
Vonderhaar is 0 for 2 in the game with a walk. Walked in the first inning. Flew out to the third baseman in the third and struck out swinging in the 5th inning. Montgomery got the ball out of the dirt, threw down to Witt for the putout. Now he comes up with 2 runners on with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 9 hits now for the Tigers. First pitch low for ball 1. Montgomery keeps it in front of him. Chalmette and Baker unable to advance. Good work by Montgomery, the catcher. Vonderhaar from the left side steps in. Number 10. Ludwig from the stretch. Take a look back at Chalmette at second base. Thinger coming in behind him. Now he'll pop back out. And Vonderhaar takes a swing and fouls it down the first base line. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. So we'll all reset. Vonderhaar back in the box from the left side. Chalmette leads off second. Thinger behind him. Baker leads off first. Witt playing deep in the dirt behind Baker. Thinger towards the base. Ludwig delivers home. It's outside off the glove of Montgomery. Chalmette around third. He's going to spin around and then go right back to the base. Both runners advance on the pass ball off the glove of Montgomery. Now it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count on Vonderhaar, but he's got 2 runners in scoring position. Chalmette now at third base. Baker up to second base. First base open. Vonderhaar, the lefty, steps in. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Base hit with 2 outs. We'll score these 2 runs and open it up 4-1. So Ludwig trying to keep it under control here. Get this last out. Vonderhaar back in. Ludwig fires the pitch, and Vonderhaar swing and a miss. Evens up the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Ludwig ready. Vonderhaar back in the box. Ludwig fires. Just inside.
123, 124. What was that last one?
Ball 3. 3-2. Full count now with 2 outs. Ludwig up over about 120 pitches so far. Give or take a few. As he works well into the 6th inning here for the Pirates. A good outing. 8 strikeouts, 3 walks.
Correct that. 103.
Vonderhaar down the right field line. Ball put in, and it's going to be deep. And that's going to be gone. Vonderhaar hits a 3-run bomb down the right field line. Touch 'em all, big fella. The first baseman does his job. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs, and Vonderhaar takes that inside pitch and drives it down the line and out of here for the home run. A 3-run homer for Vonderhaar opens it up even more. 5-1 now your score. And that's going to be all for Ludwig as the coach comes out of the dugout. There will be a pitching change here for the Pirates. And we'll take a timeout. Be back with the new pitcher information and the remaining part of the 6th inning. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Here on SHN Sports, coverage of Southwestern Pirate Baseball. Still in the top of the 6th, a pitching change for the Pirates. Now on the mound, a 6'2", 180-pound junior right-handed pitcher out of New Canaan, Connecticut, number 29, John Sparks, coming from the Brunswick School there in New Canaan. He steps on the mound, and he'll face off against a 4-hole hitter, Jack Wisniewski for the Tigers.
Now batting for the Tigers, the second baseman, number 11, Jack Wisniewski.
Jack Vonderhaar just hit a 3-run bomb down the right field line to open this game up. It was 2-1. Tigers got two out singles from Chalmette and Baker. And Vonderhaar with a full count deposited a ball down the right field line for a 3-run homer to open it up to 5-1. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Tigers. Sparks, first pitch of ball. This one in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-0 the count to Wisniewski. Wisniewski 0-2 in the ball game. Ground out to first base and the ground out to the shortstop. And then had a sac fly. Sac fly in the last inning to score a run. This one gets past the catcher, low into the dirt. Ball 2. First pitch was called a strike. Misspoke on that one. So the count 2-1 now to Wisniewski. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 2 runs in the 5th for the Tigers to take the lead. 3 runs here in the 6th to add to it. 5-1 the lead. This pitch low into the dirt inside. 3-1 now the count to Wisniewski. From the windup, Wisniewski from the left side. Waits the pitch. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch there. Now it evens up, or makes it a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Sparks trying to come in and get the Pirates out of any more trouble. And back on the offensive side. Delivers the pitch. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss, and he does just that. Strikeout of Wisniewski ends the top of the 6th. They score 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. And after 5.5, it's a 5-1 score. The Tigers lead the Pirates. We'll be back with more Pirate baseball on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports coverage of Pirate baseball. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Due up for the Pirates in the inning will be the 1, 2, and 3 hitters, Craig, Montgomery, and Cruzy. Now on the mound for the Trinity Tigers, number 32, a right-handed pitcher, a junior, 6 foot, 190, out of Scottsdale, Arizona Horizon High School, is Joel Thomas. Craig steps in, 0 for 2. Takes the first pitch high for ball number 1. Lined out to the second baseman in the first inning, struck out swinging in the third. Steps in here against the new pitcher, Joel Thomas. Thomas working from the stretch. Craig from the right side, the ball in. Almost hit him. It'll be ball 2. Five runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. They go to work here in the bottom of the 6th with the 1, 2, 3 hitters up. Craig takes that one, and that one hit him. Hit him off his elbow pad that he had on. So Craig goes down to base on the hit by pitch. And the Pirates have their leadoff batter upon base.
Now batting.
That brings up the catcher.
Number 10, Dan Montgomery.
Daniel Montgomery steps in, 0 for 2 in the ball game. Grounded out to third in the first inning. Grounded out to short in the third. Steps in here with a runner on first. Ball on the outside corner. Called a strike. 0-1 to count to Montgomery. Craig leads off first. Had a big lead there. A little bit different look with the right-handed pitcher in. Natoli, the lefty, had a nice move from the left side. Craig with a big lead here. Thomas will deliver. This one inside, and it's going to hit Montgomery. 2 batters, and 2 of them hit by pitch. Runners on first and second here to start the 6th inning for the Pirates. No outs. Craig moves down to second. Montgomery takes his spot at first base. And it brings up the designated hitter, number 56, Lance Cruzy. He steps in. 0 for 1 in the ballgame with a fly out to center field in the 3rd inning. And a base on balls in the 1st.
Coming to the plate for the Pirates, the designated hitter, number 56, Lance Cruzy.
Pirates trying to make some noise here in the bottom of the 6th. 5-1. They trail Trinity. But they've got the first 2 batters on base here to start the bottom of the 6th. Both hit by a pitch by the new pitcher, Thomas. This pitch high and outside. Ball 1. Craig hit by a pitch. Got to first base. And then Montgomery, the catcher, steps in and War one to get down to first base, moving Craig to second. 2 runners on, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Cruzy from the left side against the right-handed Thomas. 1 ball, no strikes. Cruzy readies. Thomas looks back at second. He'll deliver. And this one's way outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Cruzy appreciative he's not a right-handed batter right now, or he would have wore the last 2 pitches. As everything being delivered from Thomas right now is way in the right side batter's box. Cruzy from the left side. Watch that one go. 2 balls, no strikes. Thomas looks back at second. He'll deliver. This one high and outside for ball 3. And that's a quick timeout being called here by Trinity coaching staff. They're going to take a visit out to the mound quickly to talk to Joel Thomas. Take a quick timeout. Back with more Pirate Baseball after this. To the mound over Joel Thomas. Toes the rubber. 3 balls, no strike to Cruzy. 2 runners on, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th for the Pirates. Thomas looks back now, will deliver. It's going to be outside, ball 4. And the bases are loaded with no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. For the Pirates. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, the left fielder, number 52, Maxwell Mims.
The left fielder, number 52, Maxwell Mims.
Mims 1 for 2 on the night, but that's going to end it for Joel Thomas. They're going to come out and make a pitching change right away here after 2 players are hit by a pitch and the base on balls. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back with the pitching change and more action. Pirate Baseball continues here on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports coverage of Southwestern Pirate Baseball. We're in the bottom of the 6th still. Joel Thomas came in to start the bottom of the 6th for the Tigers. He lasted 3 batters, hit 2 of them and walked the next one. And the leash was pulled quickly there on Thomas And now into pitch number 16, Carter Frank, a right-handed pitcher, senior, 6'2", 205 pounds, out of Missouri City, Texas, in Ridgepoint High School. His first pitch to Mims is in for a strike. Something we haven't seen this inning so far. Mims took a pitch and now has the bases loaded in front of him. 0-1 is the count. Pirates looking to get back into this game. Frank delivers. Mims checks his swing. I believe he caught a strike. Something different I haven't seen out of the umpire, but looks like it's 0-2 now. To Mims. Behind in the count, bases loaded, no outs. And Mims rung up, looking. That one on the outside corner for strike 3. Frank comes in and strikes out Mims on 3 straight pitches.
Coming to the plate for the Pirates.
1 out.
Second baseman, number 2, Trent Raschke.
Raschke steps in, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame. A line out to right field in his first at bat in the second inning. Then he get into a 4-6-3 double play in the 4th. First pitch from Carter Frank in the dirt for ball 1. Raschke ahead, bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th for the Pirates. Good opportunity for the Pirates to get right back into this ball game after giving up 5 runs to Trinity in the last 2 innings. The pitch inside, ball 2. 2-0 the count to Raschke. Raschke back in. Frank, the right-handed pitcher, sets from the stretch. Delivers the pitch. It's high. Ball 3. Raschke way ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Craig down at first. Montgomery down at second base. And Cruzy at first. Because that would be Craig at third base. Got turned around there for a minute. Craig at third. Montgomery at second. Cruzy at first. Pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Raschke taken there. Count now 3 balls, 1 strike to Raschke. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded. Second pitcher of the inning on tap. Carter Frank on the mound from the stretch. It's low. Oh, called a strike. Witt started walking up to the plate. He thought it was ball 4. Raschke back in, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Frank delivers, and it's high. That one's ball 4, and that walks in a run. Craig will score. RBI there for Raschke. He reaches on the base on balls.
Coming to the plate, the first
Lead
baseman,
now,
number
5-2
Preston Witt.
for the Tigers. Montgomery moves up to third base. Cruzy up to second. Raschke down to first on the base on balls. Preston Witt, the first baseman, steps in from the left side. Bases loaded, 1 out. First pitch taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. Witt 0 for 2 here in the ball game. Struck out looking in the second inning. Struck out swinging in the 4th. Big opportunity here. Get across a couple of runs with a base hit. Witt readies from the left side. Frank to deliver from the stretch, and does. Witt unable to check his swing. And falls in the count, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, bases loaded for the Pirates. Witt, the first baseman, in from the left side. Carter Frank gets the pitch, comes set. It's up and away for ball number 1. Witt did a good job there of not chasing the high pitch. Raschke down at first. Cruzy at second. Montgomery off of third base. Frank set. Witt ready for the pitch. It's on the way. He's going to drive it to the right side. The second baseman plays it. He's going to go to 1. Now to 2, 3. Witt breaks it out at first base. beats it out. I apologize. I was watching the play at second base. It didn't look like the shortstop, Baker, timed that up where he touched the bag with the ball. But they call Raschke out, but it scores another run as Montgomery scores on the fielder's choice. Witt makes it to first base. 5-3 now the score. Pirates cut the lead back to 2.
Now at the plate for the Pirates, the right fielder, number 34, Bryce Debs.
4-6 on the fielder's choice to get Raschke out. Witt to first base. And now Bryce Debs steps in from the right side. First pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners on the corners for the Pirates. Here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch to Debs. Takes that for strike 1. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Debs 1 for 2 here in this ball game. He had a double in the second and scored on the Tanner's double right behind him. Then he flew out to right field in his last at bat, last inning. This ball in the dirt. Nice block there by Goodrich, the catcher. They want to appeal down to see if he checked his swing or if he went around. First base umpire said, no, thank you. 2 balls, 1 strike on Debs. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Witt leads off first. Cruzy off third. Debs steps in. Frank to deliver. Pitch on the way. It's up a little bit. 4-3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Debs. Pitch on the way, down in the dirt. That'll be ball 4. Debs will take first. Witt down to second. Raschke stays, Cruzy stays at third. Great job there by Debs. The ball was in the dirt, and before he took off running, he pointed down to Cruzy like, no, it's not past him. Don't move. Bases loaded again. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Jacob Tanner. He's 2 for 2, a double and a single.
Third baseman, number 8, Jacob Tanner.
So Tanner with an opportunity to continue his hitting streak here in the ball game. First pitch high and inside, ball 1. Against Tanner. Tanner doubled in the second inning for an RBI. Scored Debs. Then he singled back in the 5th inning. And he got caught stealing on a nice move by Natoli. Second pitch fouled off by Tanner. Back to the backstop. Evens up the count at 1 apiece. 5-3 your score. 2 runs across here in the bottom of the 6th for the Pirates. Got the lead back to 2. Debs at first, Witt at second, Cruzy at third. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss by Tanner. Ball's behind in the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Carter Frank. Frank comes set. Tanner from the right side. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt. Goodrich being a little showboaty there. Takes his time to step on the plate, and Cruzy runs into him. But the 3rd out recorded on the swinging strikeout by Tanner. 2 runs, no hits in the inning for the Pirates, and they cut it back to a 2-point deficit. 5-3 your score at the end of 6. We'll be back for the top of the 7th. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports, we go to the top of the 7th. The Pirates scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th, cut the lead back to 2. Trinity 5, Southwestern 3. Here in the top of the 7th, Brian Schaub, the left fielder, steps in. He's 2 for 3 here in the nightcap. 2 singles. And his last 2 at bats. Sparks delivers down the third base line, a base hit. The left fielder runs it down. He'll throw it in quickly, and Schaub has to retreat back to first base. But a smash down the line past a diving Tanner. 3 singles in a row in 3 at-bats for Brian Schaub.
Now batting for the Pirates, the third baseman, number 6, Christian Holloway.
What a game for Schaub. 3 for 4 from the plate. And the leadoff batter is aboard for the Tigers here in the 7th. Christian Holloway, the third baseman, steps in. He's 2 for 3 tonight so far as well. 2 singles, 1 back in the 2nd and 1 in the 5th. Steps in, Schaub with the leadoff first. Sparks delivers, breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-1 the count now to Holloway. Schaub having a good day at the plate. He was 1 for 1 in the first game, 3 for 4 in this one. Ball fouled up back behind the Southwestern dugout. And Holloway quickly falls behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. But Schaub in game number 1 was the designated hitter. In the first inning, he walked. In the third inning, he had a solo home run to left center field. And then in the 4th and 5th innings, he was hit by a pitch 2 times in a row and then walked in the 7th inning. So 1 for 1 and now 3 for 4. A 4 for 5 day for Schaub. What a performance by the young man. Home run yesterday in the game at Trinity and then 1 in the earlier game. 2 home runs in as many days. This pitch outside and away. Montgomery blocks it, keeps it in front of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Holloway. One of your leaders on the team, Schaub, just a redshirt sophomore out of Hatfield, Pennsylvania. Looks like he's a transfer from LaSalle College. Doing his job today for the Tigers. Holloway takes a timeout, backs out of the box. Schaub leads off first base. Sparks comes set, takes a look, delivers home. Swing and a miss. And Holloway strikes out. First out of the inning. We'll bring up the catcher, Michael Goodrich. Second strikeout for Sparks.
Tigers, the catcher, number 22, Michael Goodrich.
Goodrich so far in the ball game. Struck out twice. Walked back in the 2nd inning. 0 for 2 here. Steps in with Schaub, the runner at first. 1 out in the top of the 7th. The Tigers with a 2-run lead. 5 runs, 11 hits, no outs, or no errors for the Tigers. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. Goodrich in from the right side in a Jeff Bagwell-like stance. Squatted down. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 1-0 the count. Schaub get his lead off at first base. Sparks throws back over quickly. Schaub dives back in. Safe. Schaub with his lead. Sparks looks in and gets the call from Montgomery. He'll come set from the stretch as Goodrich readies from the right side. Sparks delivers. Outside, ball 2. 2-1 or 2-0 the count. I apologize. 2-0 the count to Goodrich. Schaub leads off for Sparks, fires back over, and Witt does a great job of scooping that ball short in the dirt. Witt able to bring it in as Schaub dove back into the base all at the same time. Schaub safe, gets up, cleans himself off, takes his lead back. Sparks looks in and gets the pitch. Comes set from the stretch. Pitch on the way, breaking ball, stayed up. Ball 3 to Goodrich. 3-0 the count now. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. More activity down in the Southwestern bullpen. Sparks delivers. This one's going to be low and outside. And a 4-pitch walk to Goodrich, the catcher. That'll put 2 runners on now. Shaw moves down to second base with 1 out, bringing up the designated hitter, Evan McDonald. He's going to bring up a timeout here from Coach Bunch. We'll take a quick timeout. Be back with more Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports, Pirate Baseball. We're in the top of the 7th. The Tigers have 2 runners aboard with 1 out. And the designated hitter, Evan McDonald, steps in. He's 0 for 3 on the night with 2 strikeouts. Sparks comes set. Now he'll step off. Witt at first base, playing up on the edge of the grass. And Tanner at third base, up in as well. Finger and Raschke, double play depth up the middle. Pitch on the way, runners go, throw down to third. Schaub's going to be hosed at third base. What a play there by Montgomery. Goodrich is going to get down to second base, but Montgomery flat out hosed Schaub at third base. Great throw down, great tag by Tanner. And now 2 outs on the caught stealing. And I believe it was a strike to swing and a miss. Swinging by McDonald. So he's behind in the count 0-1. Goodrich down at second base for the Tigers. Sparks will step off again. Reset everything. So 2-5 on the caught stealing there by Montgomery. Goodrich, the beneficiary of the stolen base on the double steal there. But Montgomery got it over the swinging McDonald and got it down. Tanner did a great job of putting on the ball and putting the tag on. The Pirates just need 1 more out here to get out of the 7th with no damage. McDonald in. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball to second base. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game. Goodrich with the lead off of second base. Sparks comes set. Looks back at second base. The pitch, breaking ball down the line by McDonald, but it is foul. He's out in front of that pitch. But it is foul. So no balls, 2 strikes. Sparks has worked himself ahead of McDonald. Here in the top of the 7th, 2 outs. Schaub didn't seem like the most fleet of foot to be in the lead position there on the double steal, and Montgomery made quick work of that. So an opportunity here to get out of trouble for the Pirates. Ball outside. Nice pitch there by Sparks away from McDonald. Ball's back to a 1-2 count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Goodrich on second. John Sparks, the pitcher. Comes set, looks back towards second base at Goodrich. Fires in. McDonald fouls it off. Back over the right side of the backstop, out of play. Stays alive, 1-2, still the count. McDonald now settles back into the batter's box. Goodrich with the lead. Raschke near second base, back and forth. Trying to keep Goodrich close. Sparks comes set in the stretch, looks back. Fires home. And the breaking pitch just off the outside corner for ball 2. 2-2 as McDonald lays off that one. Nice pitch there from Sparks. We'll reset it. McDonald steps out, readies, and now gets back in the box. Spark looks for the sign. Goodrich with the lead. Few steps off at second base as Raschke back and forth. He'll fall back to second base here. Sparks delivers the pitch. Ground ball to the left side. Tanner dives, can't get it. It's off of him. Thinger will pick it up, but it's going to be an infield single for McDonald. He'll be down to first. That'll move Goodrich to third. And the Tigers stay alive here in the top of the 7th. Nice try there by Tanner. Unable to fill the ball as it got underneath him on the diving attempt. So McDonald, his first hit of the ball game, gets down to first.
Coming into play for right fielder, number 19, Jack Peterson.
Jack Peterson, the right fielder, steps in from the left side. He is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, all swinging. Last at bat, he did foul one down the right field line. A long shot that just went foul. But he has been struck out all 3 at bats. He fouls this first pitch up and behind the left side over the backstop, out of play. 0-1 the count. To Peterson, the right fielder. McDonald with the lead off first. Witt holds him on there. Goodrich leads off third, not being held. Sparks readies from the stretch. Fires in. The breaking pitch over the plate for strike 2. Peterson falls behind now. 0-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 5-3 your score. Trinity leads it by 2. 5-12-0 on the board for Trinity. 3-4-1 for the Pirates. McDonald with a bigger lead off of first now. Pitch inside, and it's going to hit him off of his protective garment around his right foot. So Peterson will go down to first on the hit by pitch, and now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. McDonald moves up to second. And now another visit coming out, and that will be the end for John Sparks. Quick timeout. Be back with the update on the new pitcher for the Pirates and the continuation of the 7th inning. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports, Pirate Baseball, we're in the top of the 7th. 2 outs, bases loaded for the Tigers. As the leadoff hitter, Shawmet, back up to bat. The new pitcher of record for your Southwestern Pirates, a senior right-handed pitcher out of Pipe Creek, Texas, number 31, Trey Schwartz. And if you have any idea where Pipe Creek is, I don't, but I know he went to Bandera High School, so it's got to be close to Bandera. And so, shot by Shawmet into center field. It's going to be tracked down there by Craig, and the Pirates get out of it. Trey Schwartz comes in, throws a couple of pitches, and the Pirates get out of it. 7th inning, bases loaded with 2 outs, and no damage comes across. 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. We go to the bottom of the 7th after this. More Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports, Pirate Baseball, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Pirates. Carter Frank back on the mound for the Tigers. First pitch to Thinger. The shortstop is in the dirt. Ball 1. Thinger 0 for 2 in the ball game here tonight. Strikeout looking in the 2nd inning. And a ground out to shortstop back in the 5th inning. This pitch low. For ball 2. Thinger ahead in the count, 2-0 now. This pitch up for ball 3. Thinger, the junior out of Round Rock High School. Steps in, 3-0 the count. This one low for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for the 9-hole hitter Thinger. He gets on base to lead it off.
Now coming to the plate for the Pirates, the center fielder, number 27, Hayden Craig.
That'll bring up the top of the lineup. Hayden Craig, the center fielder, steps in. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Lined out to second base, struck out swinging into the 3rd, and then was hit by a pitch to start the 6th inning. Visitation from the coaches from Trinity, and that's going to be a pitching change. We'll take a timeout. Be back with the updated pitching and more of the 7th inning here of Pirate Baseball's presentation by SHN Sports. back here. Pirate baseball, we're in the bottom of the 7th. Rockwell Field. Seating capacity of 500. It is quite the sparse crowd tonight. Think about 15 people here in the stadium all working tonight. No fans allowed in attendance, so we try to bring it to you here. Special shout out to some friends of ours whose son is on the Southwestern Pirate baseball team. Cole Johnson from Gateway College Prep School in Georgetown. Shout out to his mom and dad, Diane and Billy Johnson. Good friends, have spent many trips together at baseball games through the high school years with our 2 sons. And so what an opportunity here to be at Southwestern enjoying these baseball games and sharing them with you guys at home. Hayden Craig steps in to face off against the new pitcher for the Tigers of Trinity. Number 13, a right-handed pitcher, a redshirt senior out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Matthew Thomas steps in. First pitch to Craig is a ball. Second pitch on the way. Catches the outside quarter for a strike. Called the first one a strike. All right, Craig falls behind 0-2 quickly. Thought he might have talked him back into a 1-1 count like Chalmette pulled off earlier. Thomas fires into Craig. He swings and misses. It's in the dirt. And a strikeout swinging there on Craig. Records the first out of the inning. So Thomas comes in and does his job. Records a strikeout to the first batter. Dan Montgomery steps in. He's 0 for 2 on the night and was hit by a pitch back in the last inning. Finger down at first off the walk. 1 out on the strikeout of Craig. First pitch to Montgomery. Outside for a ball. Thomas comes set. Montgomery waits. In the pitch. Breaking ball off the corner for ball 2. 2-0. Finger down at first. Vonderhaar holds him on there. Montgomery waits. The pitch on the way. Takes it for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Montgomery. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 5-3. Trinity leads it by 2. The pitch, swing and a miss by Montgomery. Evens out the count now at 2 apiece. Matthew Thomas, a 6'1", 230-pound senior from Arizona, bringing the heat with him. 2-2 the count to Montgomery. Thomas fires away. It's inside. Montgomery holds back and takes a ball. 3-2 the count now, full count. On the catcher, Daniel Montgomery. Finger still down at first base, being held on there by Vanderhaar. Thomas comes set from the stretch. And the pitch. Swing and a miss by Montgomery. And 2 straight strikeouts by Thomas. And quickly, there's 2 outs as we bring up the designated hitter. Number 56, Lance Cruzy. Cruzy 0 for 1 on the night with 2 walks. Walked in the first and the 6th inning. Flew out to center field, back in the 3rd. First pitch, a ball for Cruzy. Finger still down at first base off the leadoff walk. Pitch just outside for ball number 2. Cruzy steps back in from the left side. 2 balls, no strikes. High and outside for ball number 3. Cruzy ahead in the count to Michael Thomas. Cruzy steps back in. Thinger with the leadoff first. Thomas delivers the pitch. It's low. Ball 4. And Cruzy has done his job tonight here. Getting on base. 3 out of 4 at bats. All on 3 walks.
Now coming to the plate for the Pirates, the left fielder, number 52, Maxwell Mims.
Maxwell Mims, the left fielder, comes up with runners on first and second base, both via the walk. Maxwell Mims, 1 for 3 in the ball game. The highlight for Mims today was back in game number 1. He comes in the 6th inning in place of Craig. Comes up to bat and puts a shot to left center field for a triple. Be nice to see Mims put one into play here for a base hit. First pitch is going to be on the outside corner for a strike. Falls behind quickly now to Thomas. 0-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 5-3, the Tigers of Trinity lead the Pirates. Thinger off second. Cruzy off first. Thomas delivers. Mims fouls it off. Goodrich retrieves and returns it. 0-2 now the count to Mims. Mims, the freshman out of Friendswood High School, hitting in the cleanup spot here in game number 2. 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way, and he fights it off back into the screen. Off to the right side. Stays alive with an 0-2 count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Cruzy on first. Thinger on second. Thomas readies from the stretch. Mims awaits. Pitch come in. And he fouls it off just down the right field line. Out of play. Mims battling behind in the count. 0-2. Staying alive there with 2 foul balls. 0-2 still the count. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. 5-3. Cruzy with a big lead off of first. Thinger off of second. The pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Nice pitch by Thomas, but not going to get that one. That was into the other batter's box there. Good job by Goodrich trying to frame it, but outside. Ball 1. 1-2 the count now to Mims. Mims back in the box, ready to go. Thomas draws the sign, comes set from the stretch, and fires away. Breaking pitch, and Mims stays alive, fouls it off back to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Cruzy leads off first. Thinger off second. Mims calls time, backs out of the box. Gets himself set, back into the right side box. Thomas gets a sign and comes set from the stretch. And the pitch. High and inside, and Mims chases it and misses, and the strikeout recorded. 3 straight strikeouts for Matthew Thomas. And that's how we end the 7th. 3 straight strikeouts after 2.
No runs on no hits for the Pirates.
3 strikeouts to end the inning. I apologize. A couple of base on balls, but 2 runners left stranded. After 7, 5-3 is your score. Trinity leads it over Southwestern. Back with more baseball on SHN Sports after this.
Georgetown Jewelry has been Georgetown's local jeweler since 2013 and the go-to full-service jewelry store in Williamson County. Wedding jewelry, gold and silver, gifts, appraisals, and repairs are all specialties of Georgetown Jewelry. Experience their one-of-a-kind customer service and clean showroom with a great variety of estate jewelry, fine jewelry, and many silver items. Come by and visit or check out GeorgetownJewelry.com, located at 3010 Williams Drive. Georgetown Jewelry is open 10 to 6 Monday through Friday and 10 to 4 on Saturdays, closed on Sundays.
Back here for the top of the 8th. The 2, 3, and 4 holes for the Tigers due up. Jack Baker, the shortstop, leads it off. He's 2 for 4 on the night. 2 singles. First pitch from Schwartz is a strike on the inside corner. Schwartz came in back in the 7th and got Chalmette to pop up, fly out to the center fielder to end the inning. Baker steps in now to open up the top of the 8th. This pitch on the outside corner, taken 0-2, the count against Baker. Schwartz comes set. Baker from the right side. Readies. Here comes the pitch. Just off the outside corner for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Baker. Baker with singles in the back-to-back innings in the 5th and 6th inning. After a rough start with a fly out to left field and a strikeout in the 1st and 2nd innings. 2 for 4 in the night. Pitch right down the middle. And Baker goes down looking. Strikeout for Schwartz. His first
Coming to the plate for the Tigers,
of the night.
first baseman, number 10, Jack Vandehar.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Jack Vonderhaar. So far, he is a 1 for 3 with a walk and a 3-run bomb back in the 6th inning. After 2 singles with 2 outs by Chalmette and Baker, Vonderhaar pulled it down the right field line for a nice home run. He steps back in. First pitch high and outs high for ball 1. Vonderhaar walked in the 1st, flew out to 3rd in the 3rd inning, and struck out swinging in the 5th before the 3-run bomb in the 6th. This pitch outside for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. Trey Schwartz still on the mound for the Pirates. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. 5-3 the score. Trinity by 2. This pitch outside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Vonderhaar. On deck is Wisniewski for the Tigers. Vonderhaar back in from the left side and ready. Schwartz delivers. Outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Vonderhaar steps back in. Schwartz ready and delivers. Fouled off back to the left side into the netting. And the count goes full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Vonderhaar. Schwartz looks in, working from the stretch. Gets the sign and comes set. Vonderhaar from the left side, readies. And Schwartz delivers. Swing and a miss. 2 batters and 2 strikeouts here to start the 8th inning for the Pirates. Trey Schwartz mowing them down here in the 8th.
Coming to the plate for the Tigers,
Bringing up the second baseman,
11,
Jack
Wisniewski.
Wisniewski 0 for 3 with a sac fly back in the 5th inning. 1 strikeout. Grounded out to the the first baseman in the 1st inning, and the shortstop in the 3rd. 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. Steps in from the left side. Schwartz delivers just on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and a strike now. Schwartz comes set. Wisniewski. Just inside for a ball. 1-1 the count to Wisniewski. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Schwartz looks into Montgomery and gets the side. Comes set from the stretch. Wisniewski fouls it off down the left field line, out of play. And Schwartz works ahead now. 1-2 is the count on Wisniewski. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Pirates down to their last 6 outs to make their comeback here against the Tigers. They only trail by 2. Come up with the 5, 6, and 7 holes in the bottom of the 8th. Schwartz trying to get them out of this inning here. So far, 2 batters faced and 2 strikeouts. Wisniewski behind, 1-2 in the count. Schwartz comes set. The pitch, driven right back up the middle. Center fielder Craig gets it and throws it back in. Wisniewski battles there and gets the 2-out single for the Tigers.
Coming to bat for the Tigers. the left
That'll
fielder,
bring
number
up
42,
Brian Schaub for the Tigers. Schaub 3 for 4 in the ball game, 3 singles. Flew out to center to start it, and a single now in the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th inning. Wisniewski off at first base. Schaub in at the right side. Schwartz comes set. Delivers the pitch. Outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count on Schaub. If you're Trinity, I don't think you could ask for any better spot to be in right here than Schaub up right now. He is hot in this ball game. And on the day, 4 for 5 and total in the 2 ball games. 3 singles and a solo home run back in game number 1. Wisniewski leads off first. The pitch. Schaub lays off and takes a strike. I don't think he agreed with that. He thought it was a little low. But it was called strike 2. Oh, no balls. 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Schwartz trying to get out of this with minimal damage. It's just the 1 single by Wisniewski. With 2 outs just a minute ago, Schaub steps back in. And the pitch, low and outside. Good block there by Montgomery. Keeping Wisniewski at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Schaub. Schaub takes his time and now steps back into the box. Readies himself. Wisniewski leads off first. Witt holds him on there. Schwartz comes set from the stretch. Fires the pitch. A low for ball 2. Schaub lays off there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning. Wisniewski a little bit bigger lead now at first base. About a half step more. Schwartz not worried there. Fires it in. A swing and a miss. And Schwartz fired up. He strikes out the side. Working around a single by Wisniewski. Strikeout swinging ends it for the Tigers. Top of the 8th ends. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 5-3 your score. Trinity leads it by 2. Back with more Pirate Baseball and SHN Sports in a minute. for the bottom of the 8th inning. The Pirates up to bat. Raschke steps in to lead it off. The 5, 6, 7 holes coming up here in the bottom of the 8th. Raschke takes the first pitch for a ball. Thomas delivers. Raschke punches this one out to the right side. Second baseman comes in, builds it, throws the first for the putout. 4-3 in the books. As Wisniewski makes the play to Vonderhaar. And Raschke put out. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 19, Preston Witt.
The first baseman, number 19, Preston Witt.
Witt 0 for 3 in the ball game, 2 strikeouts, and he reached on a fielder's choice in the last inning. Matthew Thomas delivers the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1 the count to Witt. Witt from the left side. Matthew Thomas comes set from the stretch and delivers. Pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. This pitch just a little outside. 1-2 now, the count to Witt. And the pitch, Witt smokes it down the left field line, foul. Down to the bullpen area. Stays alive, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Witt readies, Thomas delivers. And Witt goes down looking, strike 3. That'll bring up Bryce Debs, the right fielder. He's 1 for 2. Make it 2 for 3. No need to appeal down to first. The home plate umpire says he went around. So Debs starts out with a strike. Oh, no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Debs readies from the right side. Thomas delivers. Hard enough to grunt. He throws a heater, but it's up and away. Back to the backstop. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Debs. 2 outs here for the Pirates in the bottom of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss by Debs. Ball's behind in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matthew Thomas comes set from the stretch, fires the pitch. And it's low for ball 2. Multiple Tiger players started moving towards the dugout. And a retreat back to position there. Debs let that one go and got the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thomas delivers. Debs takes a cut, swing and a miss. And that's the bottom of the 8th for the Pirates. 2 strikeouts and a ground ball to second base. 3 up, 3 down. And we go to the 9th inning with the Pirates trailing by 1. 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. We'll be back after this for the 9th inning. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here on SHN Sports, Southwestern Pirate Baseball. We go to the 9th inning.
For the Tigers,
Trinity
third
leads
base,
it by
number 6,
2,
Christian
5-3.
Holloway.
They come up to bat here in the top of the last inning. They bring up the 6, 7, and 8 hitters here in the inning. Christian Holloway, the third baseman, leads it off against Trey Schwartz, still in the ballgame pitching for the Pirates. Holloway 2 for 4 on the night with 2 singles. This pitch fouled down the line, out of play. And Holloway falls behind. No balls, 1 strike. Schwartz ready from the stretch. Pitch high for ball 1. Count evens at 1 apiece. Holloway singled in the second. Popped up to the second baseman in the third. Singled in the fifth and struck out swinging. Last inning, or back in the 7th inning. 2 for 4 in the ball game. Steps in. Fouls this one back into the net. And now is behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs here in the top of the 9th. Schwartz will step off. Ask Montgomery to go through the signs again. Holloway steps back in from the right side. Schwartz comes set. Down the right side, out of play. Fouled off by Holloway. Stays alive. 1-2 the count still. On deck, Michael Goodrich, the catcher. Holloway steps back in. Schwartz set, delivers the pitch. Low and outside, ball 2. Count evens up at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 9th. Ball put into play, right center field gap. Holloway hits it. He's going to get around first base. He's heading for second, picked up by Debs. He throws it in. The play at second base, not in time. Debs slides in with the double. 2 lead off the top of the 9th for the Tigers. Nice job by Holloway. Now 3 for 5 in the ball game.
The Tigers, the catcher, number 22, Michael Goodrich.
That'll bring up Michael Goodrich, the catcher. Schwartz comes set, takes a look back at Holloway at second. Now delivers the pitch inside, but fouled back by Goodrich. He took a hack at it, fouled it off back into the screen. Ball's behind, 0-1 in the count. Goodrich ready. Schwartz takes a look back at Holloway. Fire the pitch in. Swing and a miss. 4 strike 2 by Goodrich. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 9th. The leadoff man ahead on base with the double, Holloway. He stands at second base. Trinity trying to push across and insurance runner 2 here in the last inning. Holloway starts it off right. Now the pitch. Just low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Goodrich. Goodrich walked back in the 2nd inning. Struck out in the 4th and 5th innings. Walked again in the 7th. Down in the count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Schwartz. Schwartz delivers the pitch. Low and outside, ball 2, evens up the count, 2 apiece. Schwartz looks in. Gets the call, comes set, looks back at second base. Fires it towards Goodrich, and it's high for ball 3. Count is full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Here in the top of the 9th. Holloway at second base after the leadoff double. Schwartz steps off for a minute. Settles back in. Goodrich steps in and readies from the right side. Schwartz comes set. He'll deliver the pitch. Inside, ball 4. And Goodrich draws a walk. Now runners at first and second base with no outs here in the top of the 9th for Trinity.
Coming to the plate, the designated hitter, number 34, Evan McDonald.
Evan McDonald steps in. He's 1 for 4 on the night. Struck out in the 2nd and 6th innings. Flew out second base in the 4th inning. Singled back in the 7th. Holloway leads off second. Goodrich leads off first. Schwartz delivers the pitch. It's inside. And it hits McDonald. Now the bases are loaded with no outs here in the top of the 9th for Trinity. A double, a walk, and a hit by pitch has them full.
Now coming to the plate for the Tigers, the right
That's
fielder,
going to bring
number
up
19, Jack Peterson.
the freshman. Jack Peterson steps in. The right fielder steps in from the left side. He's 0 for 3 on the night. 3 strikeouts and was hit by a pitch back in the 7th inning. Corners in for the Pirates. First and third. Short and second back at double play depth. Schwartz readies. Left-handed Peterson stands and waits. Pitch taken for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs here in the top of the 9th. Trinity has the bases loaded. A double, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Holloway at third, Goodrich at second, McDonald at first. The pitch low and in the dirt. Nice job by Montgomery to block that one and keep it in front of him. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike to Peterson. Activity down in the Pirate bullpen. The Pirates find themselves in a jam here. Now time called. Not sure what's going on. Schwartz trying to get his hand dry, sweating. They bring him a towel out. Schwartz back out to the mound. Set it up for you. 1 ball, 1 strike to Peterson, the lefty. Right fielder in at the left side. Holloway down at third. Goodrich, the catcher for Trinity, down at second base. And McDonald, the designated hitter, at first. No outs here in the top of the 9th. 5-3 lead for the Tigers. Schwartz comes set. Delivers the pitch. fouled off back towards the dugout. Got some players to jump as the ball went into the netting right in front of the dugout. And Peterson falls behind now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Peterson ready. Schwartz gets the sign, sets, and fires. Inside, called strike 3, and Peterson set down on for the 4th time of the ball game. Strikeout looking for the first out here in the top of the 9th, and that brings up the leadoff hitter,
For the Tigers,
Rafe
the center fielder,
Chalmette.
number 1, Rafe Chalmette.
Chalmette, 3 singles here in the ball game. He's 3 for 4 with the base on balls. His only out coming back in the 7th inning when he flew out to center field to end the 7th for the Tigers. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Schwartz fires. Chalmette fouls it back. Out of play for a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the top of the 9th. Chalmette from the left side steps in. Holloway leads off first. Goodrich leads off second. And McDonald leads off first. The corner's still in. The pitch right up the middle. A shot. Left center field away from the center fielder. He's filled it. He's going to come up throwing. 1 run in. Goodrich circles third and comes in. Scores the 2nd run there. And a 1-out single for Chalmette. He is lit a fire for the Tigers as McDonald moves up to second. A 2-run single. Moves the lead up to 4 now, 7-3.
Now coming to the plate, the shortstop, number 7, Jack Baker.
Holloway scored from third. Goodrich scored from second. Craig did a great job of getting over, cutting it off, and keeping McDonald at second, and only allowing Chalmette a single there. But the damage done as 2 more runs came in. 1 out. And Jack Baker, the shortstop, steps in. First pitch, he drops it right in front of the pitcher's mound and nubs it. Schwartz tosses over to first base. Witt can't make the play. It short hopped him. It'll be an error there. E1 on the bad throw. Witt tried to make a play but could not do it. McDonald moves up to third on the air. Chalmette up to second. And Baker on base with the E1.
Now batting first baseman, number 10, Jack Vandehar.
First baseman Jack Vonderhaar sets in. He is 1 for 4 tonight in the 2nd ball game. 2 strikeouts, a fly ball to third, but a 3-run homer in the 6th. That did some damage here. Walked in his first at bat back in the 1st inning. Steps in, nubs it back to the pitcher's mound. He's going to come home with it. The throw high, but Montgomery goes and gets it, steps on home, and the force out. Baker will, or Vanderhart will reach first on the fielder's choice, but Schwartz goes home and gets the force out at home. 1-2 on the putout. So McDonald cut down at home. 1-2 on the putout, brings up the 2nd out of the inning. That brings up the second baseman, Jack Wisniewski. He's 1 for 4 with a sac fly. Chalmette down at third base. Jack Baker down at second, and Jack Vonderhaar makes it to first base on the fielder's choice. McDonald cut down at the home. On the play, the force out at home. 1-2. Schwartz to Montgomery for the put out at home. Wisniewski steps in with 2 outs. 7-3 the score here in the top of the 9th. 2 insurance runs being added here in the top of the 9th by the Tigers. Wisniewski gets a base hit here, would do some damage. Schwartz will try to stop that. Pop up down the third base line. Shortstop Thinger dives. It comes off his glove. He can't make the play, and the ball hits the ground. A little blooper base hit there for Wisniewski, and it scores 2 more runs. Vonderhart gets all the way around to third. Chalmette and Baker score on the bloop single. What a good hustle there by Thinger, but no way to, he couldn't make the play. He laid out, and it went off of him for the little blooper hit. 2 more runs in.
Now batting left fielder, number 42, Brian Schaub.
Now Brian Schaub steps up. This is the 9th hitter of the inning for the Tigers. They lead it now by 6, 9-3. Schwartz still in. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by Montgomery. 1 ball, no strikes. Oh, it's a pinch hitter. That is not Brian Schaub. That is number 15. Mason Meredith checks in. Hitting in place of Schaub here in the 9th inning.
Correction, the hitter is number 15, Mason Meredith.
2 balls, no strikes to Meredith. Meredith was 1 for 3 in the first game. Takes that pitch low, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Wisniewski at first. Vonderhaar at third. The pitch inside, ball 4. And Meredith comes in the 9th and draws a walk. That'll bring a coach out of the dugout for the Pirates. We'll have a pitching change here. Take a quick timeout. Be back with the new pitcher and the rest of the 9th inning. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. Back here in the top of the 9th. The new pitcher of record for the Southwestern Pirates is a right-handed freshman, Braden Anderson, number 64. 6'2", 205 freshman out of Plano, Texas. Went to Plano Senior High School. He steps in, taking over for the Pirates on the mound. He inherits a bases-loaded situation with 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Trinity has put up 4 runs here in the top of the ninth to spread it out to a 6-run lead.
Now at the plate for the Tigers, the third baseman, number 6, Christian Holloway.
Tigers have batted around here in the ninth inning. This is the second time we've seen Holloway. He started it off with a double, leading off the inning for the Pirates. Holloway steps back in for the second at bat here of the inning. The pitch, nice breaking pitch off speed. Swing and a miss by Holloway. No balls, 1 strike. Holloway 3 for 5 on the night here in this ball game. The double and 2 singles. The pitch on the way. Anderson with another beautiful pitch there. Swing and a miss by Holloway. Ball's behind quickly. 0-2 in the count. 2 outs. Vonderhaar second at third base. Jack Wisniewski at second. And Meredith down at first for the Tigers. Meredith pinch hit here in the ninth inning for Brian Schaub and drew a 4-pitch walk in his only plate appearance here in the second game of the doubleheader. Pitch on the way, up and out for ball 1. 1-2 the count now. Anderson takes his time getting the sign. Comes set from the stretch. Holloway ready. Anderson delivers. Holloway sticks it out there, swings, pops it up down the line. The first baseman, Witt, makes the catch. P3 on the putout to end the top of the ninth inning. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. The Tigers lead it by 6, 9-3. You're listening to Pirate Baseball on SHN Sports. We go to the bottom of the ninth here at Rockwell Stadium, Rockwell Field. On the campus of Southwestern University, the Pirates come in for their last 3 outs, down 6 to the Trinity Tigers. A big top of the ninth for the Tigers. They score 4 more runs and separate it.
Now at the plate,
Matthew
the Pirates'
Thomas
third baseman, number 8,
still on the mound for the Tigers. Jacob Tanner, the third baseman, up to bat. First two pitches. He looks at them both strikes. Ball's behind quickly. No balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the ninth. Matthew Thomas comes set. Tanner fouls it off down the right field line, out of play. Over on the tennis courts. Stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Tanner strikes out for the first out of the 9th inning for the Pirates. That'll bring up the shortstop, Chase Thinger.
Number 3, Chase Thinger.
He's 0 for 2 on the night. Strikeout in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to the shortstop in the 5th and walked in his appearance in the 7th inning. Comes up here. Pirates down to the last 2 outs. Fouls it off back into the net. First pitch was a ball. 1-1 count here to Thinger. Thomas delivers. Thinger takes it. Called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch. Thinger fouls it down the right field line, out of play, onto the tennis courts. Stays alive. Thinger back in. Matthew Thomas comes set, fires away. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. 4 out, number 2. The bottom of the 9th. Now coming up to bat is the leadoff hitter, the center fielder, Hayden Craig.
The center fielder, number 27, Hayden Craig.
Craig 0 for 3 in the ball game. 2 strikeouts and a line drive out. Hit by a pitch back in the 6th inning and scored a run. Steps in, first pitch. Takes it for a strike. Thomas comes set from the stretch and fires the pitch. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss by Craig. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 9th, Thomas set. Fires the pitch in. Takes it for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Craig settles back in. Thomas readies. Fires the pitch. Craig pops it up. And it's just over the net, out of play. Stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. 9-3. The Tigers lead it by 6. Open it up at the top of the 9th with 4 runs. The pitch, swing and a miss. And that's the ball game. 3 strikeouts to end it for Thomas. And the Tigers are victorious, 9-3. I'll be back, sign off with Pirate Baseball here on SHN Sports. Nine runs, 17 hits, no errors for the Tigers. 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Pirates. And they fall in the doubleheader, 16-6 in game 1, 9-3 here in game 2. Tomorrow the Pirates will be on the road back at Trinity in San Antonio at 2 p.m. on the road. Their next home game will be Tuesday, March 2nd against Texas-Dallas. Here at home at 6 p.m. Thanks for listening to Pirate Baseball here in SHA. Have a good weekend.